Hello again! In the spirit of the season, I have a black cat at my feet harassing me. This is Bones. She's a bit of a pain. This won't be distracting at all, will it? Oh, hi! Okay, go away. Hello! Welcome back to another Cringe Poetry. I am your poet, and this is Wilbur. Thanks for the name suggestion. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody! Or if you're not Canadian, then happy middle of October. Either way, thanks for being here. The last couple weeks my videos have gotten a little bit long, so I'm going to try and condense and keep this one a little bit short, because for any of my Canadian friends out there, it's probably been an exhausting weekend of seeing family and eating turkey, and for any of my non-Canadian friends, then it's been a weekend. Maybe I'll just stop mentioning Thanksgiving. Let's dive right in, shall we? This week's poem is called Sniper. It comes with a little fancy picture and everything. Look at that. I mean, I assume that's probably me. There's a sniper in there, in that wall up there. What an artist. So I think it's safe to say that my art skills are about on par with my poetry skills. So like, down here then. Yeah, down here. Anyway, this poem is called Sniper. There's a sniper in my mind. Poised and ready to shoot. I can feel it sneaking around, left to right, ducking away in an attempt to hide its rifle. Most times I'm able to fight it back, keep its sight down. But it's getting stronger by the day, and it knows its way around now. Every day, my fear of it grows, because surprise is what a sniper thrives on. And one day I just know, as my attention is diverted in the wrong direction, the sniper's bullet will bite me right between the eyes. I honestly feel like I'm starting to run out of things to say about some of these poems. So let's just dive into some real heavy analysis on this poem. I'm gonna go crazy and suggest that the sniper is a metaphor. I know, right? It's okay, I know. It's deep, I'm deep, we get it. I remember who I was when I wrote these poems, and there wasn't really any snipers. I know I said in my last video that I want to honor the person who I was when I wrote these poems, and I do, but I also remember the person I was when I wrote these poems, particularly this one. I was about a year out of high school. I think I was dealing with a lot of the typical kind of like 18, 19-year-old out of high school, not sure what I'm gonna do with my life kind of angst, combined with the fact that I was still living in my mother's house and all I wanted to do was move out. Not that I didn't love my mom and stepdad. If you're watching this, I love you both so much, but you both know I wanted to move out so badly, and I was still a little ways away from doing so. So I was at a stage in my life where I was trying to figure out who I was and find some independence, and I was having a hard time doing that. And I assume that's what this poem is about. I mean, who knows, maybe I'm totally wrong. Maybe the sniper wasn't a metaphor. Maybe it was like that movie, Inner Space. You know, the one with Dennis Quaid and Martin Short, where Dennis Quaid gets shrunk down and like injected? Does he get injected into Martin Short's body? Tangent! I'll stop talking about Martin Short now. Good idea. I think the funny thing about these poems is that I think if someone didn't know me and read some of these poems, they might have been concerned for me. There wasn't a sniper in my brain. I probably just had a rough day that day, and if there's one thing I've learned from knowing teenagers and being a teenager at one point in my life, obviously, is that when you're a teenager, every little emotion you have is just amplified and seems so much bigger than it actually is. So that was Sniper. For our published poem this week, we're going to continue on with our fall/Halloween/spooky times poems. And I'm going to read Dusk in Autumn by Sarah Teasdale. The moon is like a scimitar, a little silver scimitar, a-drifting down the sky. And near beside it is a star, a timid twinkling golden star, that watches like an eye. And through the nursery window pane, the witches have a fire again, just like the ones we make. And now I know they're having tea. I wish they'd give a cup to me with witch's currant cake. Ooh, I like that one. I love this one because it's a really interesting balance of like that autumny feeling in the first stanza where she's describing the moon and it being a little scimitar and there's a twinkling golden star. And then it turns a little bit. It almost sounds magical to start with. A little silver scimitar a-drifting down the sky, and near beside it is a star, a timid twinkling golden star, that watches like an eye. I just love that. Even the name doesn't really say anything about the subject matter. It sounds very much like it's written from a child's perspective, describing the moon and the stars, and how the stars are watching like an eye. And then she says, through the nursery window pane, so sounds very much like a child. The witches have a fire again. This is such a short, simple poem, and it's not, the language isn't complicated. Sometimes the language in some of these more classic poems can be a little bit cumbersome and hard to get through, but this one is quite simple. Yeah, I really like this one. And now I know they're having tea. I wish they'd give a cup to me with witch's currant cake. Kid, those are witches. Although this kid knows where it's at. Witches aren't anything to be scared of. We all know that. I really enjoy this poem. I had never read this poem before today. I literally Googled poems for Halloween because that's what we've come to. I now Google for poems. That's what happens when you want to have a theme. But yeah, I had literally never read this poem before today. I guess maybe Googling is going to be the wave of the future for this channel. Give myself a chance to discover new poems because I really, really enjoy this one. It gave me the fall Halloween feels. What do you think, Wilbur, old friend? Seems happy enough. Yeah? He's not much of a talker. Who am I kidding? If he was, that would be terrifying. Please don't randomly start talking to me. Stay inanimate, if you don't mind. What am I doing? And on that note, let's end it here. Be sure to subscribe to this channel and ring that little bell so that you get a notification every time I upload, which happens on Mondays, as best I can, until further notice at least. And be sure to give me a thumbs up so that I know you enjoyed. And I know I mentioned this in one of my very early videos, but I'd love to have your feedback on whether this format works. Obviously, the cringe poetry is here to stay. That is the whole point. But do you also enjoy me reading published poems? Because I know as soon as I started doing that, it did make the videos a little bit longer. So if you're not sticking around to hear that, then you probably haven't stuck around long enough to hear me talk about the fact that I want your feedback on whether you stick around or not. I think that sniper's back, rolling around up there. Anyway, give me your feedback. Let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you liked the video. And as always and forever, thank you so much everybody for watching. Wilbur appreciates it too. Bye.